What's up everybody? Welcome to Frontender. So now that we have a multi-project Angular workspace, let's see how we can add an Angular library to create common components that can be used across multiple applications. So let's get started. So let's go to Angular and go to the Angular CLI documentation. It's in docs. Go to the CLI command reference. We are looking for the ng-generate command, and let's go to the library creation section. What we're going to do is use the ng-generate library command and create our library. So this is the workspace. So this is where we left off. So let's use the ng-generate library and library name. Well, for Frontender Angular Unleashed, I'm just going to use the prefix fun and call it funlib. Let's see what flags we can use here. A public API file is created where we can list all the APIs that we're exposing through the library for other applications to consume. I'm not going to change the entry file or the path. Lintfix, I always recommend using lintfix when using the ng-generate command. So that way all the lint issues are just fixed when generating the library. So let's copy that. Lintfix is true. The prefix is going to be fun. I'm not going to skip install. I'm going to skip the next three for skipping installation of dependency packages, package.json skipping, and tsconfig skipping. We're going to keep all those. So let's take a look. So just summarizing, we have ngg library, the library name. We're going to fix any linting issues when creation, and we're going to prefix the library with fun. Let's let that rip. So here's the preview of all the different files that are going to be created. It's installing the packages that are needed. So let's look at what was created in more detail. Let's look at it in WebStorm. So you can see off the bat there's a new projects directory. Here is where you'll see the listing of all the different libraries and applications that you create in this multi-project workspace. So there's a funlib where the new library that was created is initialized. There is a source folder, and then there's a lib inside it. And here are the starting files. There's a lib module, which imports and declares the components. There is the component itself, which is a starter component. It has inline template and inline styles. The component has a equivalent spec file. There is also a library service file. We can use this to create services that pan your library across its components. This will come in really handy when communicating between the components. There is a paired up spec file for the library service. Here's a public API file which exports everything that needs to be exposed and exported for the developer to consume in the other applications in your workspace, or even to applications outside in different workspaces that other developers are using. Exposing components, interfaces, and other types is also useful for developers in other applications to use them as a node module. There is a test TypeScript file, a karma config, an ng package.json for the Angular packager. There is a package.json for the library, and this is where you would specify all the dependencies and peer dependencies for consuming applications in your workspace or outside in other developers' workspaces. This is where you specify the peer dependencies and the dependencies of the library so that it can be used in applications in your workspace or outside applications built by other developers. There's a README markdown file and a bunch of tsconfig files for the library, production mode, the library mode. There's a bunch of tsconfig files for the library and the library in prod mode, and also for the unit tests of your library and the tslinter rules specified for your library. Some of the shell workspace files have also been updated. So let's see what the updates are. So in Angular JSON, and this is important, this was fairly empty before, and it has been filled just like your folder directory structure. A JSON structure that matches that, which specifies off the top The default project right now is your fun library. And then there's a project property which specifies the list of projects. We just have one so far, which specifies the library. And inside there, it specifies the root, the source root, the prefix, and also the architecture specifications of your library, which includes at a high level the build, the test, and the lint configuration. In the build, it specifies the packager, the options, the configurations for production, and this mainly include the package JSON for the Angular packager and also your TS configs. It's kind of similar in the test config, where they also specify the kernel config location. The linter specifies the TS configs for the library and the unit test files. The package JSON has updates, so let's see what the changes are. It adds dev dependencies of the ng packager, and the TS config has updates. So it's specifying the path for the distribution of the library under the compiler options. So that's the process of adding a library to your Angular workspace. So let's fold it up to step back and look at it. So we'll follow this up by adding a new application to your project workspace. So once again, thank you for watching. So if you like this video, please like it, crush it if that's how you roll, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.